The real estate market often seems like a distant world where only an elite of experts is successful. In a time of so much uncertainty in the air and bad news, realist investing can seem intimidating. But today, I want to tell you that if you make the right decision today, you can enter the real estate market from the back door. Bad credit record? No credit at all? Do you dread the idea of having a home loan? Do you dream of owning investment properties? You are in the right place and right time, because we have created a program which is a tax lien and deed investment online course of only 14 hours. This course is specially designed for people like you who have big dreams. You will learn at your own pace and everything from your home computer. This is your chance. Join our membership for $19.99 a year. What are you waiting for? Visit our website primetimehomebuyerBuyback.org and sign up today for course access.
Would you like to learn a brand new and innovative way to invest your extra money?
All right. So here, what is community engagement and empowerment? Community engagement goes beyond simply informing residents about issues. It's not just giving you the information like we're the news. It's about actively involving them in the decision making. That's why when we, a lot of my platform, I push for you guys to do your due diligence. Ask the questions you're supposed to ask. It may make people uncomfortable, but you're going to get to the nitty gritty and also be part of the decision making because you guys are coming in and giving your ideas, talking about what needs to be fixed.
This is the first one.
Yeah.
You want to start over?
Well,
Yeah, it was muted in the beginning.
oh, fuck. It's okay. You just unmuted it
No, a little bit.
when I got to this?
Just when we got to this.
All right, y'all. Let's go. We're gonna start this thing again. No, don't stop it. I'm gonna edit it. We're not doing that again. All right, guys. I do apologize if you guys was not able to hear what is going on. What we're gonna do is start it again. I wanna say thank you for being here with Lady Lashley. I appreciate you guys having the patience. Can they hear? Okay, I think we can hear loud and clear right now. All right, so basically what we're gonna do is just do a recap. Over the last couple of weeks, what we've been doing here at the Adams Street Library is presenting a series of seminars highlighting economic development. All right, the first 6 weeks, we focused on assets and development, comprehensive modules or ideas for the average entrepreneur, the average person, kind of thinking about what is assets. And assets is not just physical, tangible things. Assets is actually what's in your mind, the relationship you build, and your approach to moving forward. Yet your assets is the way you think. So that was some of the things that we talked about. We talked about structurizing business. As you're structurizing the business, doing your market analysis, taking these information and putting it in a comprehensive report. And while you're doing this, you're literally already setting up, excuse me, guys, setting up, ready for the summertime. You're already setting up shop for you to have a comprehensive business plan. So that's what some of the things that we were talking about in the first set of economic development series. And then we moved on to talk about now economic development for leaders. How important is that? We need striving, thinking, innovative leaders, and this is why it was important, I felt, for me to come up with this series, okay? So going through the series of this interactive workshop, what I did was provide a topic for you to network. Attendees also learned about practicing in the community of highlighting development, urban planning, economic strategies. And the curriculum also covered different topics. If you did miss it, included community assets. What are they? Leveraging public-private partnership, attracting and retaining businesses, and promoting exclusive growth. So by participating in these seminars, what we have helped provide the community and the leaders is with an opportunity to not only connect with like minds, but actually get your mind thinking a little abstractly and more, how can I say, broadly, expansively, helping you think of ways to strategize for your particular business. So topics was, like we said, the community leveraging, public and private relationship, peer-to-peer network, your expertise matter, and that leads to actually urban development, having these innovative ideas. So this is what was the foundation of Atlanta Strong seminars, if you don't know. This is why I did it, because we're in a rare time, okay? So now let's go. It's 3 o'clock. We starting the seminar right now, okay? Please hit the like button. I want to say thank you for joining us today, and thank you for people coming in and out of the seminar in person. We appreciate you being here. So today what we're going to talk about and continue to talk about is fostering community engagement and empowerment. What is community engagement and empowerment? Community engagement goes beyond simply informing residents about issues. It goes way beyond that. That's why I said, as a person that focuses on facts and due diligence, you can't just put information out there. You have to make the information come to light. Also, you have to allow people to engage. So that is very important. So Here, it is about actively involving them in a decision process that affects their lives. It's necessary, okay, it's a necessity creating space for dialogue, collaboration, sharing ownership. This is what engagement and empowerment does, okay? You're sharing ownership of what's going on in your business, in your community. People are taking the lead and they're making things happen. That's why you want to make sure that you have a diverse business as far as having boards that's able to give you collective ideas and bring new things to the table, keeping you, how can I say, up to date on new things, as well as, like I said, keeping you diverse and allowing people to be part of the decision-making process. So empowerment, on the other hand, focus on providing individuals within the community with resources, skills, and opportunities they need to take control of their own lives, contributing meaningful to the collective good. And that's what I want to do every day, all day, on all of my platforms. I want you guys to be empowered to take the information I give you and add it to your everyday lives, okay? Thank you for your patience, guys. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to my cameraman. He's had a lot of patience. We've been going through some things. God be the glory. Fostering community engagement and empowerment. Why is it important? This is why. Don't be selfish. Empower other people. Improve decision making, as I talk about. Increase social cohesion, coherence and cohesion. When they understand it and cohesion, people are on the same page. At least they understand at least what's going on because you're fostering engagement. Okay, enhancing problem solving capacity because you're talking about it. Maybe create a forum or a particular group where you're going to be talking about these issues and you're going to be addressing it. So you're getting the problem solving enhancement capabilities happening. Greater economic opportunities. The more people involved, the more people can pool not only money but ideas as well, ways to get money. Okay. Stronger democracy and civil participation. And I'm telling you, a good business and good leadership can lead to a lot of civil participation and helping with the community, because that's usually what happens when businesses get bigger and bigger. They take more and more of a leadership responsibility in the community and they give back, especially if your business deals with environmental things and your business affecting the environment or it doesn't, or you're using resources, that you definitely have to have community engagement, okay? Now, moving forward, fostering community engagement, empowerment, improving decision making. Let's just get into it just a little bit. When residents actively participate in shaping policies and incentives, the results are more likely to be relevant, effective, and sustainable. Local knowledge and lived experience offer valuable insight that informs better solution. That's why we always say, don't just listen to what people are saying. See how they live. See what they're actually doing. If they're walking it like they're talking. Even if it's your boss, it's a friend, it's a public official, that's one of the things where it's going to help you have a more improved decision making by you actually seeing, sightseeing, and not just heard. Increase social cohesion. If you allow engagement and empowerment, you don't restrict people from talking and make them afraid to talk, you're going to have more social cohesion, at least, or harbor an environment where people will feel comfortable talking. So sharing goal, collaborative efforts build trust and understanding among diverse groups within the community. This fosters a sense of belonging and reduce social isolation. Now, if the people are watching from from Uncensored Enlightenment Talk, y'all know what we went through. Y'all know what was going on. And this is, my other platforms don't know, but right there was a lot of social isolation because people wasn't allowed to engage properly or empower themselves with information. So I want you guys to kind of see that. It created a social isolation for some individuals. It made them not comfortable with talking, bringing up grievances that may actually will help you guys in the community. So it also enhanced problem solving capacity. We are learners when we learn from each other. We can listen and learn from each other. We don't always go the book route. So by us having these community groups and engagement, we're actually building critical thinking. A lot of people can learn by watching and listening, so that also helps to empower people, enhancing a collective problem-solving capacity, which can lead to innovative solution and a greater sense of ownership and community well-being. Okay? And as a leader, you have to understand too as well, it's important for you to really take into account what your community is saying to you. If they don't agree, it's what is the reason. Sometimes you're gonna have to put yourself down and then look at it from other people's perspective, especially the ones that supporting you, especially the ones that's on your team. You can't always be the person that makes all of the decisions. So you wanna empower everyone in the community. Greater economic opportunities. The more that you work together, the more money you can make. Engaged and empowered communities are often more attractive to business and investors because they see, oh, we gonna have an event, we open the store there, they're gonna come, they're gonna support, they like to get out. You know what I'm saying? So the development of local skills and resources can also create economic opportunities for residents. So that's again what we're doing now. We are doing the economic development seminar. It's great because people are meeting each other. People are able to get a little bit innovative, put their business together where they wouldn't even think that they would connect to these type of people. Stronger democracy and civil participation, that's what we want to do in the end for the people who are able to participate in the system. Actively participating in community affairs, fostering a sense of civil responsibility, or encourage individuals to become more involved in democratic process at all levels. And it doesn't only mean just voting. Like I told you about, you guys can create things within your community that can empower people. You can teach like older people how to use a computer. You can teach people. You can do reading. You can do math. You study groups. You can like just whatever we can do. Like there's so many things that we can do on a micro level and actually build a stronger democracy within our community. Just us getting together and empowering each other. Okay? So again, strategies for fostering community engagement and empowerment. One, creating accessible platforms for dialogue. That's Facebook, that's YouTube, that's IG, that's Bigo, that's these places that people go. Invest in skill development. Yes, sometimes you have to pay for it. And as I told you guys, everybody's not going to always go to college. Everybody don't need college. Certain professions, you can make over $100,000 and never step foot into a college. But investing in skill development is very important because this is what I always tell people. Once you learn something, that's something that they can never take from you, and you can always take it with you no matter where you're at. You can always be innovative, start over, start new, be creative. So skills is very important. Supporting local leadership. Support the people who want to go out there and be a leader. Don't be afraid. I mean, as far as I know, we've been dealing with a lot of rogue leadership and people who deals with their ego instead of actually dealing with the community need. But you're gonna have to have discernment. But don't be afraid to support community leaders. That may be a little bit different, but get the job done. Okay, as long as it's moving in the right direction. And remember, community leaders. And I'm going to say this biblically, God is not the creator of chaos. So if you have something that's happening and it's chaos, just sit back, kind of step back, figure it out, and reevaluate. I'm just being honest. Anything that has chaos in it is usually not a great foundation to deal with, especially with leaders. Promoting transparency and accountability. You know, that's what I do all the time. I don't mind. I'm telling you. I'm talking about it. Even if you're uncomfortable, I say, hey, let's talk about this. What you got going on? You said this, why are you saying this now? Why is it different? These type of things, and I know it may make people uncomfortable, but transparency and accountability is what we're going to get into our next PowerPoint, because that is basically the finisher. That's what we're lacking in our actual community is accountability and transparency. It's like you need to know what I tell you. That's not how it works. You should be able to give everybody information and they disseminate it and be able to utilize it. Embracing diversity and inclusion. You already know how I am. If you're open to learn, you're open to love, and you're open to be, you're definitely welcome to be part of anything that Lady Lashley is serving you guys. Embrace diversity and inclusion. This is what can help foster community engagement and empowerment. Leveraging technology, we talked about that. AI is pretty good, but as we say, leveraging technology to a certain extent to know that you don't want it to wipe out your jobs. You don't want it to wipe out your industry. So use it wisely, use it to your benefit. Collaborating successes. Okay, so people work with people who have been proven to be successful in certain things. And success doesn't mean they had to be notarized. They had to be known everywhere. Like everybody know what they did. No, success is actually starting a project and completing it, and it was good. And even if they didn't get the notary or whatever it may be, they have the skills to get it done. So understand when people got real skills, because a lot of people are sitting in the background that got the skills, and a lot of companies use them in the background to get their company ahead, and you don't even know that you're looking at a superhero. Okay, so collaborating will lead to success. Okay. Now, continuing. Creating accessible platforms for dialogue, just going into a little bit. Establishing forums, community meetings, online platforms where residents can voice their opinions, share concerns, or participate in discussions, okay? And you can do that for your own company. You know, even if you have a company and say, hey, we can have a little Facebook group, we can talk about what's going on in our company, or we can have a messenger group me app where we can talk about concerns, things like that. It's very good. I've been part of a lot of those things as well. And it also keeps the line of communication open and precise too. Like if you have a group me app, you can have certain groups here for the leaders, certain groups for the workers, certain groups for the person who's working on this, and one for everybody, some for HR. You see what I'm saying? Utilize your technologies, invest in skill development, providing training program workshops as we talk about. That's what we've been pushing here. Mentorship. Equip the individual with skills they need to participate effectively in decision making, starting their own businesses or pursuing educational opportunities. That's what we're going to push you to do. Start your own business. You may not even know that what your skill is needed. I promise you. You probably make just a little invention that you probably don't even know is worth billions of dollars, but in society actually needed. Never sell yourself short, okay? Never sell yourself short. Again, we talk about supporting community leaders, being able to distinguish who's a community leader from someone who's dealing with their ego or just actually just trying to make a buck. You're gonna have to have the discernment, and just understand discernment goes with action. Because a lot of people can talk it, but it's how you walk it and how you present it and how you actually, finish off the job. Again, we talk about promoting accountability and transparency. This is the main focal issue I think that we have in the Black community, that there is transparency issues, some things that happen in the house, stay in the house. Because that's where people don't heal and that's where a lot of abuse happens. Accountability, where you like, hey, that's just the way the person is, that's just the way mom is, that's just the way it is, they're a little crazy. No, accountability, that is not the way it's supposed to be. We want to base people on the average, just like how the law do. What is what the normal person would do in this situation, not what you would do because you got your personality goods. We want to know what the average person would do in our community. Then, okay, that's collective unity. We still could be individuals, which is very important, but individualism stops at the line of selfishness. Does that make sense? All right. Again, embracing diversity in conclusion, creating spaces where all voices are heard and valued, regardless of background, ethnicity, social economic status, address systematic inequalities that may hinder participation. You got to. Is very important. Just on the business sector of it, it makes people don't want to come to work. It makes people don't want to participate in the growth of the business when they're not valued, when their culture is not valued. One thing that I did notice, a lot of places that I did work, when they respected everyone's culture, and they had like culture day, and everybody would bring their food in and just show about their stuff. It was just like a cohesion where everybody loved each other. Like we messed with each other genuinely because we just accept people for who they were. We didn't have no expectations that you got to be like this, be like this. It is a line of professionalism, of course, but just embracing diversity and inclusion from different levels of not only thinking, data processing, communication. That's another thing that I find a lot of people are discriminatory, and that was one thing that in one of my work orientations at a hospital, they talked about that, where someone will say y'all and someone will feel disrespected, but then someone from the country, that's how they talk. They say y'all. And then you have someone from an urban neighborhood, like, who you calling y'all? You know, taking offense. So we do have to be aware of wordplay and kind of like simmering down our personalities and our personal issues with things. That's really what got me through. You're not gonna let anyone disrespect you knowingly. But there's some things that we just gotta be like, whatever, okay? So again, leveraging technology, leveraging your resources, making sure that you have, your employees and the people that you work with have, abilities to connect to different technologies, apps. You wanna continue to give them continued education, um, as well. Is very important as community leaders. Always educate yourself and then have resources for other individuals, especially if you specialize in your particular area, okay? Because mentorship will happen one day. It will happen for you. Collaborating success, okay? Recognizing and collaborating and achieving achievements of individual groups who are making positive impact in the community. Yes, collaborating in successes. Please, you have to collaborate and you have to celebrate the successes, okay? So collaborate with them and celebrate the successes, okay? This reinforces the value of engagement and inspire others to get involved. That's one of the things that I had a little issue with on my other platform where I just honestly felt like my the strides that I made didn't mean anything to the individuals who I was bringing it to. So it really made me feel disheartened. Like, okay, well, I'm over this. We're done. But then you have people in the community like, no, we really like what you're doing. Don't stop. It's really helping us. So just by them coming out and saying that, it kind of pushed me on my other platforms to be like, okay, so you gotta celebrate people's successes, even if it looks different, and collaborate with those successes as well. Okay, does that make sense? Now, now examples of successful incentives. Okay, participatory budgets, allowing residents to directly decide how a portion of the public budget is allocated to local projects. And that's not only residents, that's workers as well. If you got projects going on and you have a board, you have people who are gonna have to work together, put their money in it, that's doing with the residents, they tax money, or you have a project that they have to put their ideas in it, and they're the ones that's gonna be actually doing the logistics. Yes, you want to be able to allow them to basically participate in the spending and what's going to happen. That you value them. You're not going to just overshadow what they want all the time. That's as a business owner, and that's as a community leader. Does that make sense? Like, either I'm the leader, so I know what's going to work. I know it. And then you got a bunch of people telling you, no, 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 don't do it, don't do it. All right, community-led development programs, again, make sure that you as a community leaders are doing that for your community, and you're going to your local government to make sure that they have these programs. Check them out, share the information with people, empower communities and community to plan and implement their own development projects. And that's what they allowed me to do here in the Fulton County Library. I appreciate them, where I was able to develop my own project and bring it forth to them, and we're fostering community engagement. So neighborhoods association doesn't always have to be just crime association. It can be association that you put together for community activities, association that you put together for kids activities, a community association that you put together for equal opportunity to education and resource development. You can put a lot of different neighborhood associations, which is also known as coalitions, that will really help you harness some of the projects that needs to be completed in our particular area, as well as harness connectivity and unity and diversity. Okay, community gardens. You're like, how is that gonna make success? You eat better, you live better. Also, it's good to get out. You gotta get out. We gotta do for our environment. Just know that you breathe CO2, and CO2 needs your oxygen. So we need to get out, okay? And then we need to have more options for natural food, more localized food. Let me give you an example. Even with honey, when people have a lot of allergies and things like that, they give people honey that's in the local area, and that helps them deal with the pollen and everything that's going on, lower down some of the allergy symptoms. You didn't even know that. Yep. So having a local or more, how can I say, environmental friendly honey that's not genetically modified, you know what I'm talking about? It'll help you with some of the seasonal allergies. So community garden, fostering collaboration, promoting healthy eating, and providing um, access to fresh produce. Okay? Yes, this is something that we have to do as leaders because we have no control over our food market. All right? So, what we're going to do is get to our second part of this live today. Again, I want to say thank you for being here with us. Let me make sure that we're on the right one. This one we're going to be getting to now, engagement. Okay, building a more resilience. That's what we just did. Now we're going to get to measuring success and encouraging accountability, a key to organizational growth. And I had to do a whole PowerPoint to this. It's only 5 pages, but it's important because I think this is something we're severely lacking in the Black community. And tell them I said it. No accountability. We pick and choose what's gonna be accountable. It's not gonna happen. As I say, if both my kids doing something, they both get in trouble. If I'm coming to a meeting and everybody in there acting up, you acting up, you acting up, you acting up, and I'm gonna act up too. Shit, we gotta get it together. These type of things. So fostering community accountability is very important in the Black community, and we are lacking it. If I could chastise you guys with this and pull out my belt, pull out my belt. I think we're very petty with the accountability. We really don't choose the right things to be accountable for. You know, when we have some people in our community who, excuse me, waiting for my thing to show up. Well, we just jump to the next one. We have some people in our community who have been accused of heinous things, and we just forget about it. And we just be like, yeah, you know, no, accountability. That's it. It has to. Okay, that's how we get down to Haiti. We don't play no games. Don't go stealing, because you get your hands chopped off. That's just where we from. That's where I'm from, the tribe of Levi. Very serious about accountability. Measuring success and ensuring accountability, a key to organizational growth. So we're just going to hit these few topics: measuring success, financial performance, community satisfaction. This is how you measure success: community engagement, market share with community, encouraging leadership and accountability. Okay. Now, also know you got to know what the community actually wants too, because some of these things can be looked abstractly. So, encouraging accountability, the process of holding individuals in teams within an organization responsible for their actions and performance. It helps to create a culture of ownership, transparency, and trust, where everyone is accountable for achieving the organizational goals and objectives. So you can't have someone just roll, so I'm gonna do what I want to do. That's just the way I am. No, that's not how it works. The ethics is gonna have to be universal, and you still bring yourself forth, but you bring yourself forth to the point that people around you are gonna say, okay, the average person will probably do this. This is what keeps me kind of like grounded. Like, and sometimes I want to just go off about how I feel, but I'm like, would the average person actually look at it like that? Let me just see, can I learn a little bit, see, you know, how they're looking at it, and then maybe we can meet in the middle. Does that make sense? Establishing clear expectations. That's one thing I don't play with. You know, I have downfall by that. And I know many people have done that. You go into a relationship and you don't establish the expectation. You just go out on a date, you just chilling, living your best life. You never say, I want to get married, I want to have kids. And you're feeling like you want to do that, but you never set up the boundaries and the expectation. And now this relationship is going to the left. It's the same thing with your business, the same thing with community engagement and general relationship. To ensure accountability, it is essential to establish clear expectations and goals for each individual and team. Goals should be specified, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So it should be SMART. That's what SMART is, okay? So specified, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. SMART. Okay? Make the smart decision, guys, before you jump into bed with everybody. We're coming to the end. We're on PowerPoint. Next, our last PowerPoint for today. I want to say thank you for being with us and having patience. To apologize if we were having some technical issues. Now, we always want to do regular performance reviews. Regular performance reviews provide an opportunity to assess an individual or team progress towards their goal and identify areas of improvement. Yes, I even evaluate my bosses. They probably don't know I'm evaluating them, but I'm like, this gonna tell me if I'm staying here, cause this straight toxic. And this gonna tell me if I'm gonna be part of this group, this organization, because right here, we have a goal. We never get into the goal. We're always being confused. No, there's no productivity. Regular performance review is very important, okay? It also helps to ensure that everyone is on the same page and working towards the same organizational goals. Hold people accountable. If I can't yell that from the rooftop, we have to hold people accountable. Holding people accountable means taking actions when expectations are not met. And that's how we spoil the child. Y'all gotta make sure y'all hold them accountable. It could include providing feedback, coaching, disciplinary action. Sometimes you don't always have to do it disciplinary. You could coach them, you can talk, you can figure out what's going on, reevaluate. It is essential to create a culture there where underperformance is not tolerated. Underperformance is not tolerated. And I'm saying that with my Haitian voice. I know everybody like, oh, no one can be perfect. But if you're striving just to do the bare minimum, it's not tolerated. Moms, dads, leaders don't tolerate it. You want them to give you their best. Oh, and that's another issue. We accept the bare minimum in the Black community from our kids, from our leaders, and from individuals. So it should not be tolerated, and everyone is expected to take responsibility for their actions. Because like I said, my kids, and I tell people, you can feel how you want to. You can give me all the lies you want to, but when it's time to face the judge and the action actually fits the consequences, you're going to have to you're going to have to ride out. Does that make sense? So holding people accountable because they're not going to always be under your clutches to protect them, even as in a work environment. It's the same thing. All right, so we're getting down to the last.
I got 5 minutes left.
Huh?
I got 5 more minutes left.
Cool.
This buddy.
Okay, I'm done. We're on the last one. Okay, cool. We're coming to an end. Our battery is dying as well. This is the end. We want to encourage leadership and accountability by rewarding and recognition. All right, rewarding and recognizing employees, family members, leaders, community contributors, and their achievement is a powerful motivator to help to create a culture of accountability. It reinforces positive behaviors and encourage employees to take ownership of their work. It encourages your kids to take ownership of their work. It encourages your husband, the person that's working with you. What we're talking about is interchangeable ideas that you can use across the board. So leadership, encouraging leadership and accountability is a must. That's why in other nations, I'm going to be honest, they are the leaders of a lot of the industries. Why? Because they hold everybody up to a level. They say, hey, you have to be accountable for what you do. You have to be accountable for what you did not do, what job you did not accomplish. Okay, and that's what we have to do. We could keep giving people some chances, but that's going to be done with disciplinary counseling and reevaluation to see what page are we on with this individual. So it's very important for us to set the boundaries for accountability. Okay, this is one of the key cornerstones to having a successful business and being a leader. Being a leader in a household or business or whatever, and being successful. You can't keep letting slack keep happening because it's going to disintegrate not only your business but the community as well. Okay, so we have to have standard and a strong moral compass. All right. So now this, I just want to close off by saying we got 2 more weeks left for this leadership economic development seminar. Next week we're going to be breaking down a concept of creating a business plan with marketing aspects for business developers from all weights. Okay. And it's going to help you as an entrepreneur basically not only have the mindset of what you need to create a comprehensive business plan, but also while you're doing that, you're coming up with marketing strategies. You're understanding the market. What we're doing is a true assessment. So next week is going to be basically like kind of a combination of a lot of that information, and we're going to show you how to apply it. Okay, so a lot of it was concepts that we were talking about. The next week we're going to be talking about business plan, showing you how the business plan actually can structurize your whole business and your future outlook by continuing to enhance your business plan, continue to market strategize, and to collaborate. And once you have a great business plan on hand, you can use that to create leverage, to bring assets, to go to private lenders with your amazing ideas. Does that make sense? So that's going to be next week. And then we're going to close off with alternative real estate investment. So our last seminar for the economic development series is that we're going to talk about entrepreneurship and also alternative real estate investments, because people who want to get into business, sometimes you need a brick and mortar. And sometimes you need something to be a little creative to get it done. So we're going to talk about those creative avenues in the next 2 weeks. So with that being said, I want to say thank you for having patience and being with us today. This was a strenuous broadcast, but we got through it. Now we will also be following up. We'll be going down and we'll be donating today. So please catch some of our clips, because we continue to give back to our community exactly what we want you to do. So again, have a great day, and here goes a word from our sponsors.
The real estate market often seems like a distant world where only an elite of experts is successful. In a time of so much uncertainty in the air and bad news, realist investing can seem intimidating. But today, I want to tell you that if you make the right decision today, you can enter the real estate market from the back door. Bad credit record? No credit at all? Do you dread the idea of having a home loan? Do you dream of owning investment properties? You are in the right place and right time, because we have created a program which is a tax lien and deed investment online course of only 14 hours. This course is specially designed for people like you who have big dreams. You will learn at your own pace and everything from your home computer. This is your chance. Join our membership for $19.99 a year. What are you waiting for? Visit our website primetimehomebuyerBuyback.org and sign up today for course access.